wanted to say good morning because I don't ever usually film super early. Oh my goodness. And it's like 9 a.m. But today I'm gonna try to organize my yarn a bit more. In my destashing efforts, I've become mildly obsessive with like knowing exactly how many balls of yarn I have. And in the last few months, I've bought and used yarn at different rates, so I kind of got a little bit lost on the count. So I want to just like recount everything. But then also I have a lot of burlap blanket yarns that are like this or smaller that have just been kind of getting weird on my shelf. So I started last night and finished just now winding up the tan I was using last night. And like, I have projects to do, I'm just a little distracted. Mostly the burlap blanket is what I'm gonna be winding up and kind of reorganizing, and the rest just counting. So it should be a pretty quick video, but I did just want to kind of film it because I've been filming a lot of my yarn this year, so that's what we're doing today. I'm very aware that the ones that are in balls probably don't need to be caked up, but I don't want them to like not match. So I'm just caking them all up. I mean, there's only like 3 that were in balls, so it's not that big of a deal. Also, this is going like way faster than I expected. I don't know why I thought this would take a long time. Look, I'm not usually one to just throw away yarn, but if you saw this yellow bundle in the first clip, I thought it was just like really tangled. Why do I start untangling it and there are like super short pieces? That's not something I have the patience for ever. Like, it's just coming apart. So I don't know, I got this from the thrift store. I don't know what they did to this before they decided to give it to the thrift store, but I am not dealing with it. It's wasteful, yes, but also I didn't pay that much for it. I think I paid like $3 for this and another ball. I'm just gonna, and it's also like bright yellow. I was never gonna use that much anyway. I'm just gonna throw it away. So that's all the yarn that I have wound up. I have these 2 that also could be wound up, but I'm gonna probably work on the project either like today or tomorrow, and I quite frankly I'm just tired of winding things up. I've been doing it for about an hour, so honestly not that bad. But yeah, I'm not gonna do those because I think I'm gonna work on it literally either today or tomorrow. So that means I need to start counting. The shelf looks like so empty, but it's fine, it'll be fine. But yeah, I'm going to start counting and also like write down, well, I might write down like individually all the yarns, but I might just write down the total number, so we'll see. Okay, you will have to excuse this angle and this view. I'm sitting on my floor again because I was counting the yarn, which is like right in front of me on low shelves down on the floor. So, first thing to note, this one is on my bed because I'm just gonna destash, get rid of this. I got a gray and a white one of these a long time ago because I thought I was going to use it for a project. I used a different yarn. I ended up using a different yarn. And I just don't like it. I used the gray. The other one was gray. I used the gray to make a basket for my sister, and that was cool. But I don't really want to make a basket for myself. I have plenty of those, and I just don't love using this yarn. It's a brand new thing. Like, someone will be happy to find it. But yeah, I just don't want to use it. Yeah, that's it. I'm getting rid of it. That being said, I went through, counted everything. If you've been paying attention to the podcast episodes, I've been buying yarn this year. I was on a yarn ban and had a complete lack of self-control for the first 6 months of the year. So now it's July, you know, no time like the present to make a change. So that's what I'm doing, because I have used up yarn this year. I've been making different things. Like I've used yarn this year from Stash, but I've bought so much yarn. It hasn't made a difference. It's actually increased. At the beginning of the year, I had 243 balls of yarn. Now, this is where my method is kind of screwy, because I don't have the time, money, energy, resources, whatever, to measure the yarn either by weight or by yardage. I mean, I could probably estimate it by yardage. It would take days, because not all of my yarn is labeled. Some of it are partials. Like, I just don't have that. So I've been counting, no matter the size, one like entity as one ball. So it could be this is one ball, or this is one ball, or this is one ball. They're all different. I'm like, as long as it's standalone, like this counts as one. Unless they're like really like I have 6 mostly full Lion Brand pounds of love, and then I have like 3 really small partials. Those really small partials I just counted as a 7th instead of like 3 more, because the actual yarn is so big. So that happened maybe twice, but otherwise, no matter what, one is not the same, but it's just one. That being said, I started the year with 243. I'm not going to take you through every single purchase and destash that I made this year, but I will tell you that as of, God, I think it's the 6th of July, I'm at 278. So, despite my destash efforts, which were minimal, I have a 35 ball increase from January, which is like, oh my God. Safe to say, I need to lock in. This is the worst destash progress probably ever. Some plans to really kind of shed the numbers. I have one of the balls is one huge, I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. I'll try to find a picture of like the huge burnout blanket cakes that are supposed to like make a whole blanket with just the one cake. They're literally huge. I have one of those. Would love to make some kind of like maybe textured blanket, because it is like a plain light pink color. And then I have a bunch of chunky yarns. They're like, I think they're like weight 6, like the Lion Brand woolies kind of weight. I have, how many did I have of those? I have 19 of those. So I think I want to make maybe like a granny square blanket. As much as I wanted to, I was thinking I could make like a really cool multicolored scrappy sweater, but I think the yarn is just too thick. I'm not going to want to wear it like that, so I think a blanket is my best bet. So those two will get through a lot of yarn. Another yarn that I have a lot of is this kind of yarn. I have 18 mixed acrylic yarns. They look all different colors. I also wanted to make a blanket. I don't know quite if I need that many blankets. I do love a crocheted blanket. I don't know if I'll have the patience for that, so that might end up being the kind of multicolored sweater. I'm not sure how I feel about wearing some of those colors, so we'll see. And then the Lion Brand woolies, not woolies, the Lion Brand Pound of Love, I also could make a blanket out of. So those are those big groups of yarns. The burnout blanket that I have, I'm not gonna try to make a blanket out of, because I use those for stuffed animals for when I sell stuff. So those I'm just gonna leave. There's no destash effort for those. But I have ideas. Aside from the blankets, I also have some major, like personal, I guess, destash ones. Some of these are already in projects. Like I have a few of these that are on the list, but they're gonna be gone like in the next few weeks because it's already being made for a project. I have 7 balls of yarn put aside for a sweater for someone, so that's gonna be destashed. So it's kind of like, am I gonna get a grip on these projects? And that's when the destash is gonna really happen. I am locking in on the yarn ban, so there should be no more yarn coming in. I remember at the beginning of the year I said if I needed to finish a project I'll buy yarn. I don't think I have any projects that would require me to buy yarn. Honestly, I'm pretty set, like for the projects I've put out for these. I think I'll be fine. Last thing, I guess, I am going away for school at the end of August. I think I would like, at the very, very least, to be down to 250 by that time. So that's 28 balls of yarn. I would love to be down to 250. I'm going to take yarn with me to school, so that'll obviously be more. I'm going to try to plan kind of with what I want to make and also what I want to destash. So I don't know if I have a goal for the end of the year. You know, I'll come back in a few months and kind of see that. But I think 250 by August should be doable. I could sit here all day and tell you about ideas for yarns. That's just, I mean, I could make a whole video about ideas for yarns, kind of find patterns and stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave y'all. It's been about 10 days, and the reason why I'm kind of filming again is because I have updates already that I felt like if I didn't include in the video, I might forget to include at all. So basically, after finishing that video, I was talking about how some of the things were projects that I was already working on, whatever. So since I think I was filming like on the 6th, since then I've used up 6 balls of yarn, 4 Lion Brand Chainette, 1 Lion Brand Woolies, and then 1 Karen Simply Soft. And I know I was like, I'm not gonna need any more yarn for the projects I'm working on. I lied. I didn't lie. I did think I was fine, and then I started running out of the light tan I was making stuffies out of. So I had to buy a brown because I couldn't even find that tan anymore. So anyways, I used up 6 balls of yarn, and then I did have to buy, because stupid burnout blanket, the color, I wanted like a chocolate brown, and on Amazon was only a pack of 3. And I was like, but they're like smaller than usual. I don't know. It's really weird like where you can get Lion Brand and how and all that. So I did buy 3 Lion Brand 3 burnout blanket. I think I'm going to be using those like probably by the end of the summer, so I'm not too worried about that. But then also, since filming this video, I filmed another video, and I was talking about my college plans and yarn I had set aside for the school year. And 2 of the yarns I had set aside for like the fall time were these. And since filming that video, I have not stopped thinking about how I don't really want them. Like, I got them, I wouldn't say impulsively, but I kind of was just like, oh, that's cool, and like got them. And I don't want them. Update to the update. This is what happens. Why didn't I do this last time? Okay, so one of the ones that I was literally about to get rid of in the last clip was this one. It's the Lion Brand Faux Fur in this green color. It doesn't look very green, I promise it's green. I have 3 of these. Really could not think of anything I would like use them for. I also have 9 of these guys. These I'm gonna get rid of because I just don't want them. Now and then I realized, I was like, I also have this bag of fuzzy yarns that I was gonna like make kind of like monster-y random little plushies out of. I have less ambitious plans to make monster plushie things, so we're gonna go through that yarn real quick. In the bag of monster, I'm gonna call it monster yarn because I don't know quite else how to refer to it as a whole, was 4 of these same faux fur. Is this faux feathers? I'm sorry, this is faux feathers. There is a Lion Brand faux fur, I think. This is faux feathers. And I have 4 of these in tan. And I was like, I can't really make anything with just the green, but with 3 green and 4 tan, that becomes something interesting. This becomes something I can mess with. So I'm gonna keep the I'm gonna keep those. But I am gonna get rid of, like I said, the 9 Premier Eyelash. I'm gonna get rid of these 2 because they're cool, but I don't love the texture, and I don't think I would, I just don't think I would enjoy working with them. I don't love the texture of them. They're kind of like hard, and again, not planning on making that many monsters anymore, so these can go. Talked about this place I think on every platform now, but near me, sort of near me, is a place called Spare Parts San Antonio, and they're a creative reuse center, which is like a thrift store for craft supplies. And I was going there regularly for a while, and I think I just went a little crazy, like finding cool stuff that I'm not gonna use. Oh, my stuff is falling. Well, so just real quick, I know for a fact I got all of these there, and they're cool yarns, but I'm not gonna use them. I think I got them specifically to make something funky, and I'm just not going to anymore, so these are also gonna go. And then in that, I might have gotten this from there as well. I definitely did. Is this really chunky, like furry purple one. Just not gonna use it. There's also not that much, you know? And finally, what I'm getting rid of, I think I bought this just last summer, and I had to cake it up because it was falling apart, like here. This one, I think, is this the Lion Brand Faux Fur? Did I make up that name? This is Faux Fur from Loops and Threads. Whoa, that's very tangled. That's trying to scare me, actually. Okay, the last things from this bag of fuzzy monster yarn that I'm keeping is this. It's Bernat Pipsqueak. I made a teddy bear out of this, and it was so adorable. And I think I have enough here to make like a teddy bear keychain, which I think would be adorable. And then I just can't quite part with these yet. I think because there's so much of the same color. I don't love working with this. I mean, what am I trying to say? I don't mind working with yarn like this. It's just can kind of be like, depends on the project. And I don't want to do something big. I also don't think I have a lot for something big, but I think some bunny keychains. That's what I'm keeping it for, at least. I did the quickest math with the Destash, with the yarn I've used so far. As of July 16th, I'm at 257 balls of yarn. So that's down from 278, you know, not bad, yay me. I'm still gonna stick to the goal of getting to 250 by August, by school starts, because that's just 7 more. I should say by the time I leave for school, because August is in like 2-ish weeks. It's more like I'm trying to focus on more before I pack for school. So at least 250. I'm definitely gonna get to 250. It's just gonna be how low can I get. But I think that's it. That's a little update because I realized like that's kind of happened since I filmed this the first time. So yeah. I don't know if this was at all interesting. It just kind of felt like something I should record because I've seen a lot of different versions of Destash progress. I've seen a lot of different critiques of destashing while, you know, surfing the internet. And as much as I'd love to be one of those people that's like, I'm done this much yarn and I'm doing all these projects. Hello, I am just a girl. I did buy yarn this year and it's not the end of the world. But, you know, like I said, it's July. The second half of the year is here, which is crazy. But the second half of the year is here and I want to be better a little bit. So we'll see how this goes. I just felt like I should share though, because I am a human being and we all need to see a little bit more of that on the internet. Go ahead and give this video a like and a comment. I love hearing your guys' comments. If you're having Destash struggles, like, please tell me so I know I'm not the only one who's been buying yarn this year. Go ahead and follow my Instagram, my TikTok, and my Pinterest. Oh my god. I'm way more active on Instagram. I do take a few days off every now and then because I get busy, but I'm much more active on Instagram than I am on here. So yeah, if you want to keep up more day-to-day with me, then follow me on there. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you're subscribed, we're at a crazy number of subscribers. I've said this already, way past what I thought this year was going to look like for me. So thank you all so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!